The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Dennis Johnson. He's a fine coach over at Woodford County. And what a turnaround you've had over there, Coach.
No, we've definitely had a great season up to this point. We have great administration, great coaches, and our athletes have worked extremely hard to get to the point where we're at right now in our program.
It's amazing how great athletes make great coaches.
No doubt. I mean, you got to have. It's not the X's and O's, the Jimmys and the Joes, and we have some good players.
And when you were ESPN National Player of the Year, you were a pretty good player too over there. I think was that at Harrodsburg High School?
Harrodsburg High School.
Harrodsburg
yes,
High School. I remember.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, Dennis Johnson. And our feature is on two outstanding cross-country runners from Madison Central, the O'Sheas. And all they did, Coach, you're an athletic director,
yes,
so you can relate to this. All they did was win the state championship in the same year, and their brother and sister.
Wow, that's phenomenal. I bet great credit to their parents, and you know, cross country is a tough sport, and they had to put in a lot of work. So congratulations.
Oh
to
yeah,
them.
I ran cross country in high school. It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of
work.
Of
hills, Coach.
A lot of hills.
A lot of hills. And our scholar athletes they hail from Henry Clay High School volleyball. Dale Groupie's in with Macy Kemper, Hannah Klumper, and Lauren Music. They are above 4.0 students. I mean, I'm not kidding, Coach. 4.3, 4.2. It's amazing.
It's great. You know, they say it's student athletes, and those people are great students. So congratulations to Coach Henry Clay.
We'll talk to them. And also, we got another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky. Jake Jacobs is in from UK Sports Medicine. All he's going to do is keep us in the game, Coach, which we all want to be in the game.
You got to have people in the game. You have people to help take care of that.
That's right. And Sarah Shadwick will join us in the wrap of the show as well with my high school interns. But we know what you want, Coach. You love the highlights, don't you?
You know, our coaches do. We want to see ourselves on Friday night after a victory.
That's right. See Skyler with a touchdown catch, something like that. All these highlights on Game Time brought to you by PrepSpin.com. That's William Moorfield, the leading digital network in the state.
And for the first time, the postseason running a little bit different than in years past, Alex.
Yeah, instead of one district versus another district, the first two rounds are games between teams from the same district. So basically a 4-team playoff for that district's championship. We begin tonight with Dunbar hosting its first playoff game in 14 years. That's right. The last time the Dogs hosted a postseason game, YouTube was born and Johnny Carson passed away. These two played just 2 weeks ago. Dunbar, a 2-touchdown winner, but both teams played a really sloppy first half. In the first quarter, Drake Nelson gets picked by Tyler Johnson. The Dogs are in business, but guess what? On their ensuing drive, Jake Smith gives it right back. Sharing is caring.
Yes.
And that kills the drive. William Stone comes up huge for the general defense. That was the only pick Dunbar threw all night. Lafayette threw 3 of them. That's Mario Paul. Dunbar wins 27-19 for its first playoff win since 2013.
It's been a minute. That's what the kids say anyway. All right.
Yes, they
so the winner of Henry Clay and Tates Creek gets Dunbar next week. Henry Clay making the playoffs despite going winless in the regular season. Over the past 6 weeks, Tates Creek, one of the highest scoring teams in the state. Opening kickoff of this game, the Blue Devils, DJ Van Horn. Yeah, he's the quarterback, but he can also run. Finds an opening, and he gone 70 yards to make it 7-zip Henry Clay.
Broke that punter's ankles.
Yes,
poor guy.
he did. Yeah, first play of the scrimmage for Tates Creek. Luke Doobie going long for his favorite target. That's Miles Thomas. Hauls it in for the huge pickup. Then a couple of plays later, Doobie going back to Thomas, this time for a touchdown. Tied the game at 7. Thomas, 138 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. Tates Creek gets the win, 48-27. They will host Dunbar next week.
And welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. We want to thank Bob Roberts Insurance. They're out in Richmond, Kentucky. They're on Main Street and they've been in business for over 40 years, Bob Roberts Insurance. And with us from Versailles, Kentucky, Woodford County more specifically, Coach Dennis Johnson. I tell you what, Coach, it's always great to have you on the Scholastic Ball Report. You do a great job at Woodford County.
Man, we appreciate you guys having us on and all you do for high school athletics in Kentucky.
You know, your team is finally blending it all together this year. I mean, you had a rough season last year,
yes,
2
sir.
wins, but this year you're 6-4, Coach.
You know, it's a credit to the guys. They've done an extremely good job. The offseason, I think, paid dividends. The guys, we didn't have very few guys miss any days, and so great summer practices. My coaching staff stayed together, which is good, and we've been able to put some things together. So the guys are to be commended. Our community's really supported us, our administration. So we've had some rough times, but I think the best for Woodford County is yet to come.
Yep.
Yeah, so who do we have with us today?
Today I have with me wide receiver, defensive back Skylar Johnson, offensive lineman Dagan Bush, and then outside linebacker Corey Walton.
Let's start with you, Dagan, can we? I mean, you're a big 4-year starter there on the offensive line and wealth of knowledge on that line, too.
Yes,
how do you get 40 pancakes? Man, that's a lot of syrup.
It starts in the off season, starts on the weight rooms. Yeah, I worked really hard with our coaches. They pushed me a lot this off season, so what you do in the off season, it shows during the season.
It was important, like Coach said, to keep all the coaching staff together there at Woodford, too. And you guys have really responded to that, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Skylar, you had an injury earlier this season. How has it helped you appreciate your journey so far?
Well, it's taught me to go through like adversity and stuff, and taught me to take every day that I have in football and cherish it, and don't take any days for granted, because you never know when it's going to end. So.
And Skylar, you're also a really good baseball player, so you'll have to make that decision down the road whether you play football or baseball at the collegiate level. And of course, I don't know if you made that decision yet.
Not yet.
That'd be fun. That'd be a good decision.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's Corey. Coach describes you as a true leader from day one there, because I don't think you played football the last few years, but this year you're back on the field. How did you develop this quality Coach says is just outstanding?
Well, my biggest goal joining the team was to show that I cared about the program. I've grown up with a lot of these guys and just caring for them and knowing how hard they worked, and I've seen all throughout the years the potential that the program had and how much I care about my community. And I just knew that when I joined the team, that was what I want to do, is show through how hard I worked just how much I cared about the program and see how that reflected amongst the rest of the team.
And Versailles really is a close-knit community. It really is.
Absolutely.
So you knew that.
Coach, you all won 6 games this season. Would you consider that a success?
I think so, definitely. You know, I told the guys, I said, you know, at the end of the day, people kind of judge you on wins and losses. So I think everything you've done up to this point kind of reflects that. So we're starting to receive some of the fruits of our labor. Like I said, the best football is yet to come, but I definitely think this season has been a success, and these seniors will forever be the group that kind of got Woodford County football started in the right direction.
Well, Coach, when you did the opening with me, I told you you're the best 6-4 football team in the state.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations
Yes,
for that.
sir.
And Mingy Beef Jerky, you don't want to leave empty-handed.
No, never. I appreciate
it.
it.
Mingy Beef Jerky for Coach Johnson and Woodford County. What a turnaround they've had this year for the Yellow Jackets. And now we're going to this feature. It's on the O'Shea's from Madison Central, and all they did was win the cross-country state championship.
I always try and get out front at the start and I can maintain my lead and keep pushing forward.
And that's exactly what Madison Central freshman Kiera O'Shea did over the weekend on her way to the Class 3A state cross-country title.
Once the race is over, you know that you worked hard and you did the best you could.
A dominating win at the Kentucky Horse Park marked her 2nd straight gold trophy at the state meet.
I think last year it was definitely a lot more of a surprise, and this year it was kind of more expected, just coming in as a state champion already.
But as it turns out, running runs in the O'Shea family.
Basically, I just like to get out front and stay out front and kind of run my own race.
Big brother Connor was hoping to win his first state title in his final cross-country season, and hoping not to be outdone by his little sister.
And she had also won the race right before my race went, so there was extra pressure there, but I just stayed focused.
And just like his sister, Connor was able to pull away from the field and finish the race in first. And with the win, the O'Sheas became the first siblings to ever win the individual cross-country title in the same season in KHSAA history.
I knew he had been working towards it all year, and so I was really hoping for him.
It just kind of shows that all your hard work has paid off. And so it's something you dream of at the beginning of the season, and to have it come true is pretty special.
Lee K. Howard, WKYT.
And welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report, our most popular segment because we highlight academics. And in this case, it's a really good academic school. Speaking of Henry Clay, the volleyball team over there, Coach Groupie always has a great, Coach, you always have a great group of girls over there in volleyball.
Yes, we do. I guess it's my study hall that helps.
Yeah, that helps a lot, Coach. Study hall. Taylor, let's start with you. You have a 4.36 GPA, not just a 4.0, so that's pretty strong. And you play volleyball, and you're going to play at Purdue. What led to that decision to go to Purdue?
Purdue was just like the perfect school for me. I mean, there was no better place for me to go. They were close to home, and the coaching staff there is so amazing for a Big Ten program, and I just am so excited to go.
Sounds like it's going to be a good fit for you.
Hannah, you've maintained a 4.64 GPA. How has that influenced you academically and athletically?
I definitely like to try to challenge myself to take as many AP and advanced classes, but that obviously comes with a bigger time commitment. So just making sure I know all my deadlines so that I can get my work done, and then when it's volleyball time, focus on volleyball and really be engaged in that.
Lauren, you hope to be pre-med, and your 4.3 backs that up. What led you to pursue a career in medicine?
Well, my mom, she's in the medical field, and so is my sister. She's in college right now pursuing it. And I'm probably going to end up, I'm leading towards being a nurse anesthetist, but if that doesn't work, I'll probably do something with pediatrics because I like kids.
Can you spell that for us?
No.
Just kidding.
Coach, are these players the norm from what you expect from Henry Clay volleyball?
I believe so. I mean, I've been really fortunate. It's my 22nd year, and to be honest with you, 22 years of some awesome student athletes, great faculty and staff, great parents. So coaches just don't have to mess it up. We're good, so they're awesome.
Taylor, you're going to Purdue for engineering, and Hannah, you're...
She's probably not going to major in engineering. She's going to major in something else. You would think a Purdue student would be in engineering, but she's something else. So what made you decide to pursue something else at Purdue?
I mean, engineering is like, that's what they're known for, but me personally, I'm really interested in dermatology, so I'm probably going to be pre-med.
People will always have skin problems. Now to the end of time.
Lauren and Coach, how are y'all feeling about playing West Jessamine in the first round of the state tourney?
I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's the first step to get to state, and any step to state is an exciting step. So,
Hannah, will you might go to UK? Is that correct? You're looking at UK anyway. What will you major in biology, and why will you major in that?
I've just always wanted to be a veterinarian since I was really little, and UK has a great ag program, and they have a really great deal with Auburn that saves seats in their vet program for UK students, so it just seems like a really good option to really be successful in what I want to do in my future.
Well, you can see why Henry Clay volleyball is such good academic kids, because they do such a great job on the interview, Coach, and that's a credit to you. Do you have a media class there at Henry Clay? No, but anyway, here's your plaque from Ryan. All three of you will get one from Ryan Tyson. Take that over there, and he'll personalize for it. Put your name and school in there for now. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for keeping up the great academics, and good luck at the state tournament this week.
Thank you.
That's the volleyball team from Henry Clay. They take on West Jessamine Friday at 6:30 at the what school is that at, Coach?
Valley High School.
Valley High School there in Louisville, Kentucky. And now we're going to this Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
It's time now for your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Boyle County taking on Anderson County. First snap of the game, Reed Lanner to Riley Colwick. That's a lateral. Colwick to Luke Shepperson. 45-yard touchdown. Let's watch it again. Beautiful play formation. Reed Lanner to Colwick to Shepperson. And Boyle County, they get the job done against Anderson County to set up Boyle, Lex Cath round 2 in the second round. And that's your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
And Gary Balling with Allison DeMoss, my intern out of Frederick Douglass High School. And Jake Jacobs joins us. Always great to have you on the show,
Nice
Jake.
to see you
Been a
again,
while. I
Gary.
don't think we've seen you this year.
It's been a while.
What's that all about?
I've been busy on Wednesdays.
You're busy.
Every day.
We're going to talk about ice versus heat, if that's that's a topic. So when do you use ice and when do you use heat?
Well, if you ask all my athletes, they could tell you that my favorite saying is put ice on it. So I like to use ice on about everything. So anytime you have an injury that just happened, ice is the best bet.
Brings that swelling down.
Brings that swelling down. Also numbs it, and that's why we usually use ice. And it's the easiest modality we have, so it's the easiest treatment I can give them.
Right.
So what types of injuries should you use ice for?
Well, any type of muscle strain or ankle sprain, any type of bruise would be really good to use ice with.
And do you have any tips for icing?
Icing, make sure you don't keep it on more than 20 minutes. Some people like to put a barrier in between, like a wet washcloth or anything like that, something to keep the ice between the skin and the ice bag. But you really don't have to, as long as you keep it on for no more than 20 minutes.
And what about injuries to apply heat to?
Heat is one of those things that when you wait till about 48 hours to use heat, heat's really good for muscle strains or low back pain.
Any tips on when using heat?
Also use a barrier with that. Make sure you don't keep it on too long, because you can get blisters with using heat. Easier you can with ice. Like if you use a chemical ice pack, you might definitely want to use a barrier because you can get a chemical burn.
Can you alternate between using heat and ice?
That is sometimes the best way to go. I like to use ice first for like 10 minutes, heat for 10 minutes, and also end with ice so you numb the area even better.
That's good information because I get confused. I mean, do you put ice on it? But I like your thing. Always, when in doubt, put ice on it.
Ice on. And then there's new studies come out that sometimes maybe just put compression. So.
There's their website and their phone number. They're simply the best, and now they're the title sponsor for the Commonwealth. It's the UK Sports Medicine Orthopedics Commonwealth Gridiron Bowl.
Yes,
in football.
Got out today.
And that was announced today by the KHSA. And now we're going to these final highlights, and these highlights brought to you by Prep Spin, William Warfield, the king of string.
And welcome back to Game Time. We head over to Lexington Catholic. The Knights hosting Bourbon County in 4A.
This one is a rematch of an October meeting at Bourbon County. The Colonels on a short end of a 46-15 loss. There's Kentucky commit Bo Allen. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, not bad. His Knights go right down the field with ease on that opening possession. Allen calling his own number. He goes 15 yards and it's 7-0. Now it's the Colonels' turn to answer, and they do it in one play. Naquan Joyce goes 77 yards. I can't even count that high.
That's true.
Neither can Lee K.
No, I can get to like 68.
That's high. 43-23 is your final.
All right, the Knights will take on the winner here, Anderson County at Boyle County. Boyle County playing without star receiver Reese Smith, but it really didn't matter tonight. First snap of the game, Reed Lanter hits Riley Colwick. That's a lateral. Colwick downfield to Luke Shepperson. And Shep, as they call him, or at least we do, 45 yards and a score, 7-0. More from the Rebels in the first. Anderson Sacco on the counter. The hole opens. Sacco goes 32 yards. Down to the Anderson 6. The Rebels roll in this one, 64-14 to set up Lexington Catholic and Boyle in round 2 next Friday.
Mercer County hosting Cal. The Titans went to Louisville and beat Cal in late September. The Centurions have UK commit John Young up front. He's really good. Second quarter, Anthony Sabatino to Luke Leeper. Great name.
Yeah, Leeper, your receiver, perfect.
27-7 the score then, but Mercer comes right back. Kalen Drakeford calling his own number, 56-yard touchdown, but Cal gets some revenge, 34-14.
And welcome back to the wrap-up of the show. You won't want to miss next week because next week on the show, we got the state championship marching band from Lafayette High School. Chuck Smith's going to be in the house. We also have the state champions from Henry Clay Soccer. You got to like that, Macy. Your state champions are going to be here.
Yay.
And you hope after this weekend that you guys will be state champions. What a season you guys have had.
Yeah, we've been working through a few injuries. Our trainers helping us through that. And on our 10-game winning streak, we are ready for state.
Peter Gray gets you guys ready, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
He doesn't mess around over there, the athletic trainer with UK Sports Medicine and Henry Clay. Your football team, well, not so good this year, but your soccer team, state champions.
Soccer team is doing good, yeah. Volleyball team, we're ready.
And we're looking forward to the basketball season, too, because your girls and boys at Henry Clay are going to be really good this year in basketball. Daniel Brown keeps texting me and emailing me that they're going to be really good this year. Heard they had a couple guys transfer in.
Oh, yeah, we have. I know one of them personally. He seems like he's a great player. He's ready for his season.
Well, all those great guests coming up on the show next week, as always, on the Scholastic Ball Report. For those you see and you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.